Hi guys, it's been forever. I missed you. How are you? Oh my god, give me a hug. He's so cute. Oh my god. I hope everyone is good. Oh my god, okay. But I'm very happy to see you and I'm very, very excited. I feel like it's been forever. It has been forever since I've filmed. And I'm so sorry for that. But I've just been really busy. There's been a lot of personal things going on with me and the people I love, as well as just school and normal life things. I'm very sorry, but I'm back. We are back. Hello, welcome back. I wanted to show you guys something really fast. I got from Alan, who is Smooth Criminal on Instagram, and then that's also his website. He was giving like Jenna print. Their work is incredible together, and he was like selling prints, and I got two, and he sent them to me, and I love them so very much. So I just wanted to show you guys my Jenna prints. I think they're beautiful. I know a lot of people think they're really provocative or whatever, but I think they're so beautiful and artistic, and the story he told me about this picture and the note he left me was amazing. So I don't know, I just love them so much and I'm so happy with them. And you can tell this is really old because Jenna's smoking in it, and I don't know, it's just like really awesome to have like little keepsakes of how long I've been here, you know, with Jenna and just in general. I think it's really awesome. I don't know. I just had to share. But anyway, a trend now, but it wasn't a trend when I originally was going to do this. In one of my live streams, somebody asked me who was the rudest celebrity I've ever met. And now it's a huge thing on YouTube to talk about the rudest celebrities you've ever met. I was asked this like almost a month ago now. If you've watched my channel at all, you would know that I have met a lot of people in my life. It's not something I like brag about, but it's kind of a fact I have. So I've had a lot of experiences with celebrities. Since I was a very little girl, I have loved the Jonas Brothers. And I remember the first time I ever saw anything by the Jonas Brothers, I was watching TV at my aunt's house and the Hold On music video came on. And I was like, who are these people? I need to know who they are right now. I need them to love me. I need to love them. I immediately from then watched and followed them. In the Nick and Demi tour, they both had separate meet and greets, but you could get both of them and still meet them separately, if that makes sense. I saw that there was a Nick one and I was like, oh my god, I get to meet the love of my life. We're gonna meet, he's gonna know that we're meant to be, it's all gonna work out, it's all gonna be great. And I also got his sound check. I hadn't heard anything about, you know, his prior meet and greets. I didn't really look up anything about them. So I was just like fucking ready to go. We got to sound check and he walked out and just seemed, first of all, I think soundcheck was like over 45 minutes late, and he walked out and just seemed like he was too good to be there. And I immediately was like, okay then, like this is weird. But my friend Tiffany and I were both there and she was so excited that I just kind of like brushed it off. And I have a picture from that. He kind of just like went like this to take the picture and then took the picture, whatever, and then started singing. The entire time he was singing, he kept looking over at us. And I thought I was going crazy, but then later Tiffany was like, okay, was he looking at us a lot? And I was like, okay, I thought I was crazy. You know, I was like really excited. I was like, oh my god, like we're like kind of the same age. Like Tiffany's like the exact same age as him. Like maybe he's gonna be cool. Maybe he's gonna be like, hey, like you were really awesome during sound check. You know, I don't know. You just have all these thoughts in your head. During sound check, there is also like a Q&A type deal. He answered like 4 questions. And with every single question, he rolled his eyes. Every single one. It doesn't matter if somebody asked him like the most sentimental question or the dumbest question, he still rolled his eyes before he answered, and he answered in the most monotone voice I've ever heard in my life. And I know he doesn't have much of a personality nowadays, but that's just my opinion. He kind of just answered all the questions really monotone and really just like seemed annoyed and bothered the entire time, and it was just kind of weird. So at the end of the sound check, we went, and you were doing both Nick and Demi. You got to pick which one you went to go see first. We're like 5 of us that had both. We all decided we were gonna go to Nick first, so we went to Nick first, whatever, it's not a big deal. Demi came out, Nick came out probably over a half hour after her, and their meet and greets were both supposed to start at the same time. And so we stood there for an extra like half hour, just like kind of waiting around, waiting for him. So then he finally came out and, you know, the meet and greet started. It was really fast. When you're sound check is 45 minutes late, and then your meet and greet is another half hour late from when it's supposed to be, you know, it's probably gonna go fast because you should have probably timed things better. There was a girl in front of me, we were all talking, and me and her both had been a fan of the Jonas Brothers, like, a very long time ago. And so we were both talking about how, you know, it's like the first, you know, time we ever met Nick, whatever. So she goes and she goes, oh my God, and she goes to hug him, and he goes like no joke. I wish there was a way I could have recorded it, but it was so shocking to me that it is like ingrained in my brain. This entire experience was so like literally mortifying. I had no words to even explain it well enough. She runs up to him, not runs up to him, but she walks up to him and she's like, oh my God, I'm so happy to meet you. She goes to give him a hug and he literally goes like this. And he's looking like, I'm like here, he's looking like diagonally from me, and he rolled his eyes. And I was like, in that moment, I was so shocked. Like, someone is excited to meet you. I'm big with like making sure that you know that the person that you're meeting, what their level of comfort is with like touching. But like he rolled his eyes when she was like, I was so happy to meet you. We turned around to take a picture. They took a picture and she was just kind of like, it was great meeting you, whatever. And he just like completely ignored her. And I was like, okay, that was really weird. Like, I don't know, just seeing him roll his eyes at someone who said that they were happy to see him, it like put this weird pit in my stomach. And I was just kind of like, did I just waste all this money? And so I go and I was just like, hey, like, how are you? And he didn't say anything. And he was like, he like turned toward the camera. And if you have seen any of my meet and greet pictures on my Instagram or anything, my Instagram is linked down below. So you can see pictures to prove this. All my meet and greets that I do, I try to do like a hugging picture. If the other person is cool with that and I know that they're like comfortable with some sort of like interaction, like close interaction, I was just kind of like, can we do like a hugging picture? And he goes, no. I didn't say anything. I was like, oh, like that's totally fine, that's totally fine. And you could just feel how angry he was. Like the aura he was putting off was so uncomfortable to be around. And like he didn't even like touch my back. His arm was like, it looked like his arm was like around me. Like for example, in my Shane picture, like you can see the side of his hand like around my, not around my hip, but like just kind of like around me. That's how he was positioned, but he was not even touching me. His arm was like way like back into the fucking stratosphere. It was so weird. Always before I leave someone, I say like, thank you so much, like have a great show, or like it was great meeting you, or like, you know, it was great seeing you again, I hope you're well, whatever. I always say something. I went to go leave and I was like, have a good show, you know, good luck, whatever. And he had already turned around and was like looking for the next person. And I heard him make this like noise. It was like, or like, I'm like, it was the most shocking thing. And it didn't hit me until I went to see Demi, which was like right after. We went straight from Nick to Demi. And because he was 30 fucking minutes late, her meet and greet was already over. So she was just waiting for us like a little angel. And so the girl in front of me went and I was like immediately after her. And I was like, hi, how are you? And she was like, hi. And she gave me a hug. And we like talked for a few seconds. And then we took our picture. She was like, thanks for coming. I was just like, oh, thank you. Like, have a great show. Like, you know, I was so happy to see you again. And she just kind of like had this smile on her face the entire time. And when we were talking, she does this thing, she did it with me last time, she has this thing where she like holds your hands when she's talking to you. And it was that moment when I was like, hold on, like those were two separate worlds I was just in within a matter of like 10 seconds. I went to Demi's like inspirational talk with her rehab center right after. And when people started asking me how the meet and greet with Nick was, that's when it started hitting me. I was like, I can't tell them it was good. Like, I don't know. It was just like all the moments I had spent loving him, and as like a teen idol you had when you were younger, even though he's only like 2-3 years older than me. It was all crushed in like that 10 seconds. I don't know. I have like talked to people since then and I've like looked at different forums and stuff, and a lot of people say that he's just really cold and not worth spending all the money on, which I kind of agree. I feel like unless you're the perfect supermodel, he doesn't give a shit about you. And I know that's really harsh to say, but that's kind of the vibe I got when I was there. It just was like having your entire persona about someone crushed And I've never had that happen. I've been very, very lucky with the people that I have met and, you know, look up to. I try to pick them very well. I've been really lucky, and I'll admit I've been really lucky. And he, like, was the first time I'd ever experienced something different. And it was just kind of shocking. I don't know. I think in this day and age in this industry, and I can say this because this is what I'm going to school for and I study it every day, it's so fast paced and people are constantly getting popular and no longer being relevant. If you are going to implement a meet and greet, and you know, I had people say to me, you know, was he having a bad day, this, that, and the other thing, and I completely understand that, and I'm one of the biggest advocates of these people are human, but when you start reading things that almost every single person that's ever met him have that are just like fans have had this experience, it kind of validates you having these horrible feelings. I'm sorry to say it, your fans are everything. Your supporters are the reason that you're here. I don't care how good you are. You could be Adele. If no one bought Adele's albums, Adele wouldn't be Adele. You know what I'm saying? Like, your supporters are important and you need to treat them like they're important. And you don't have to, you know, talk to them every day on Twitter. You don't have to give them roses and be ridiculous and have all these crazy things and ideas and this, that, and the other thing. But you just need to treat them like they're human and like they're important and like they aren't a nuisance to you. If not, someone else is going to replace you. I think within the next, you know, 3 years, if this continues to get out and people continue to talk, people are going to stop supporting him. I was angry for a good like 24 hours. I was genuinely mad. It's an interesting thing that occurred, and I don't know. Let me know down below if you've had any interesting celebrity experiences. Have you experienced the same thing I have? Something extremely different? I would love to hear your stories. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me today and for watching. Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't already, and if you aren't, go ahead and subscribe down below. I make new videos every single week, or at least I try. I'm busy, I'm sorry. I missed you guys. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm sending everyone so much love and positivity. I love you more than you'll ever know, and I will see you very soon. Bye, guys. I drove 3 hours of vlogging. There it is. Dun, dun.